the growing popularity of mixed martial arts in Sweden, Gustafsson's star is shining brighter. Recently, together with other Unibet ambassadors consisting of fellow athlete and NHL star Victor Hedman from Tampa Bay Lightning fame and soccer icons Thomas Brolin and Glenn Hussein, they competed in teams of 2 in 8 events.
This summer, before I started my camp and everything, we had a competition between the Unibet ambassadors. It was me, it was Victor Hedman, it was Thomas Brolin, and it was my old man, Glenn Hussein. We were competing against each other. We were in teams. It was me and Glenn Hussein, and it was Victor Hedman and Thomas Brolin. We had 2 different teams, and we did different competitions on different areas. So, for example, we did hockey that Victor Hedman is expert in. We did football that Glenn and Thomas are experts in. We did wrestling that I'm supposed to be an expert in, but I'm not. And we did different things, and me and Victor Hedman, went in the ring and we started to wrestle. And he's a strong guy. He's really tough, and it was a tough moment for me. It was a tough time being in the ring with him. He's a tough guy. So, but it was super fun. It was awesome. We had a laugh together and we joked around and we just had fun. The Unibet is like a family, and we are a tight team. And I learned a lot from the other ambassadors. For example, Thomas Brolin and Glenn has been there. They've been like up here. They've been at the top level. So they've been around. They know how to handle things. They know how to do things, and they give me a lot of advices. And same with Victor Hedman. He's active now, and he's on top. He's doing really good, and I learned a lot from him too. It's always a learning progress. You never get fully learn in this business. You have to stay on top, and that's why we talked, and they give me advices and so on. So yeah, it's a really good team.
When his teammate Glenn Hussein challenged Gustafsson to a friendly sparring session, the imposing Swede had no choice but to show the subtle difference between acting like a tough guy and actually being one.
Glenn Hussein, he challenged me actually. I think I don't know if he felt like he felt a little bit like intimidated, or he wanted to make a statement. No, I'm just joking. Maybe he was drunk. No, I'm just joking. No, he challenged me on Twitter, and I told him, let's do a few rounds on the mat, see what he's about, if he still has it. And he accepted it, and he took the fight. It was a tough fight actually. I wasn't really prepared for it. I thought it was a walk in the park, but he threw some haymakers, and he hit me and he kicked me and he bites me and he pulled my hair and he sucker punched me, and he did it. He did what he had to do. But I think I won that fight at the end. He was a good fighter.
The last and only defeat Gustafsson has had in his career came in April 2010 when the UFC had their first show in Abu Dhabi. Alexander, who faced Penn State wrestling standout Phil Davis in what was his second fight with the organization, lost to an anaconda choke with seconds left in the first round. As luck would have it, the end of the fight was the beginning of a great friendship, both inside and outside the gym.
Right here. Even like if you get a guy that doesn't know how to wrestle, you can step over, rip it right here. You know what I'm saying? It's a done deal right now.
We call that PD in wrestling.
Yeah.
Not invited.
Hey, check this out. Best part is in wrestling, you can't tap out.
So what happened? You just have to.
You get pinned. You get pinned and you get your arm torn out. It's not working. Yeah.
Tap out. Like,
You cannot tap out. You could, but then like you give up way too many points to come back. Yeah. Yeah. And wrestling, you're like, how do you get out? You don't. In wrestling, you
Only
don't.
one way out.
Yeah.
Phil Davis is he's a good friend of mine. He's a teammate. We've been training a lot now together, and for a few years since we fought. And I gain a lot from his, from his way to see things and his wrestling. He's such an athlete. He's been doing sports all his life, so he has really good advices. And so we have a really good relationship, and we train together every day when I'm here in San Diego, Team Alliance. So it's a really good thing for me to have. It's good to have him around because, his advices and his wrestling and his way to see things.
In the eyes of many, Alexander Gustafsson is the person who could stop John Jones, the current light heavyweight champion. But in order to reach what would be a dream fight between the two, Alex first needs to defeat the man who just goes under the moniker of Shogun. Mauricio Shogun Hua has had arguably one of the greatest careers in mixed martial arts, from capturing the Pride Grand Prix belt and winning the UFC light heavyweight championships, all before the age of 30, will by far be the toughest test for the young Swede.
Shogun is a better version of Thiago. So he's stronger and he's faster, and but basically he's the same fighter but better. He can do things better than what Thiago can.
Shogun is always a danger. He's an old lion, walking around by himself in the jungle, looking for next prey. So I have to be ready. I think Shogun, he's been better, in his career, but you can't, underestimate a guy like that. You need to be focused. You need to stay at the top of your game because Shogun is Shogun. He's you're one punch from get your ass knocked out. So it's always a danger to fight guys like him. And I'm prepared for the best Shogun out there. Doesn't matter what he done before, what he done in Pride, what he done in the UFC so far. It doesn't matter if he's been a world champion. It doesn't matter if he's been a Pride champion. I'm preparing for absolutely the best Shogun out there.